Welcome back to the Block Stretch Repair YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing some general maintenance on a few random machines. This one here, this Virtual Cup, we've been having issues with the sprites. So let's see if we can fix that. And we have a few issues with a few other machines that we're going to go and fix in this video. This here is the Sega Virtual Cup that I've been having issues with the sprites. So we've torn this apart. I've cleaned all these PCBs, but I suspect it might be a capacitor issue, so let's pull these boards out, get them recapped, and see if that fixes it, or if we have something a little bit more major being the issue. Right here is our PCB sandwich. It should be pretty simple. There's really only like 10 or so capacitors per board, so this should go pretty quick. There we go. I've gone ahead and replaced every single capacitor, even the super capacitor. So let's throw this thing back in and see if it works, or if we have to go deeper. I'm really hoping we don't have to go deeper, but I also wouldn't be surprised if we do. With the PCB back installed, let's turn this thing on and see if we have any major explosions. And I don't think anything blew up. And unfortunately, we still have a fun issue of flashy screens. So it was not capacitors. That sucks. What is it? I'm not sure, but we're gonna have to find out. Luckily, I recently picked up this Sega Daytona USA that also runs on the Sega Model 2, so we're gonna pull these boards out and we can just swap the boards around and figure out which board has the issue. Here we have our two boards. As you can see, here's our original one that has an issue, hopefully, and here is the one that doesn't have an issue and I know works, and this is the ROM board. We're going to put this ROM board on this one, see if it boots up. If it does, then we know we don't have an issue with the ROM board or the ROMs. It's an issue with one of these two, and then we can just switch between the two boards until we figure out which one it is. However, if there is an issue with this one, well, the same issue, then we know that we have an issue with this ROM board, and it might be a ROM, which I'm really hoping it's not, but it very much could be. Do we go to proper video? No, it doesn't appear that we do. That is definitely an issue. So, unfortunately, we have an issue with the ROM board, though, honestly, it almost looks like a different issue. Yeah, what in the fuck? We're gonna reseat the ROM board and try again. Yeah, this is back to the original board set, a completely different issue, but still a graphical issue. That really confuses me. I made sure the dip switches were the same on both boards, so I don't know what's going on. So after doing a bit more testing, I think there's an issue with the ROM board and the original video board. So unfortunately, I can't really go any further because I don't have stuff to program ROMs, so we're gonna have to wait on that and figure out what we're gonna do there. I guess I'm gonna have to get the stuff to program ROMs. But let's move on to the next machine. The machines we're moving on to next is Centipede and Space Invaders. They both have pretty major issues. Space Invaders isn't even turning on at all. Centipede, as you can see, it appears to be working, but if we leave it on for long enough, it'll eventually mess up, and we'll see that when it does that. Hopefully it does that. But let's pull Space Invaders out and see why it's not even turning on. Another issue we're going to work on is the fact that this Space Invaders cabinet has no feet. It is sitting directly on the carpet with the wood, which makes it incredibly difficult to pull away from the wall. So I've gone ahead and I've gotten some wheels, so we're going to be installing these on the bottom of it as well, so you're going to easily move this machine. As you can see, this machine has been sitting directly on the wood for many years, and this is the kind of damage you see when you do that. There's a reason machines have feet, and they need to have them. Most likely what happened is the foot broke off of this side. As you can see, there's no square of wood for it, so somebody probably just removed the rest of the feet so it didn't sit lopsided. That's really stupid. What we're going to do is we're going to install these wheels. I got large enough wheels so I can install them up here, and it'll just sit high enough to keep this off the ground and be able to wheel very nicely. So this machine is now on wheels, and it just moves just like a butter. I need to put wheels to the rest of these machines. Too bad they're so goddamn expensive. When I pulled the machine away from the wall, it ended up turning on, so I actually know exactly what the issue is, and it's a really easy fix. See, this right here is the safety service switch. Basically, whenever you open the back door, this would pop out like this, and the machine would turn off. If you pull it out like that, it turns it into service mode, turning the machine on, or whenever the door's in, it would push this in, turning the machine on. However, as you can see, there's been spacers added here in the past, because that button isn't always being pressed down. If the door is fully 100% in, it does, but if it backs out just a little bit, the machine turns off. So what we need to do is just add a little bit better of a spacer right there. Or maybe even tighten this thing here so the lock pulls the door fully tight. There we go. Now that we have a machine that's easy to pull out and a machine that actually turns on, we need to fix the marquee lights. As you can see, there's no marquee light. So let's fix that. Latches have been released on the inside, so we should be able to just lift this piece of glass out. Now the reason all of these bulbs are blown is because I put the wrong bulbs in. When I got this machine, it had 44s in here, so I replaced them with 44s. And they are also all blown now. These should have been 1895s, I didn't realize that, so let's put some 1895s in here. Luckily, in that giant auction lot, I'm pretty sure I've got some 1895s. There's a box, here's a box, perfect. That looks absolutely amazing. Let's put this piece of glass back in and this machine will be done. There we go, that looks absolutely incredible. At least for 1 for 2. Unfortunately, the centipede has been running for quite a while and it hasn't messed up on me. It's one of those things, it's a very intermittent issue and it's going to be difficult to show fixing it if I can't get it to happen. So I'm going to have to wait until that happens again until I can actually get that on camera so I can show you what's going on. But I'll take it. Short video today, but I got 1 of 2 machines actually finished, so that seems pretty good. But if you like what you saw, please leave a like and subscribe. There's tons more machines I need to work on. A lot of my machines in this arcade are starting to have issues. Title Fight's having an issue with its left monitor every now and then. Obviously, we still have a Virtual Cop issue. Operation Wolf is sometimes having an intermittent issue. I think it's power supply related, but who knows? But if you want to see more of this stuff, make sure you follow along.